Yo, what is up guys? It's Pedro here, and in today's video I will be bringing you guys a recap of day 1 of the Washington Commanders minicamp. I'll be showing you guys some highlights from today's practice, including some from Sam Howell, Jahan Dotson, Cole Turner, Kelly, and much more, so make sure you guys stay tuned for that. We'll also be going over some important things that Ron Rivera said when talking to reporters and talking about some players, rookies that already signed their contracts. So if you guys are new, make sure to subscribe for Washington and NFL content on super close to 7,500 subscribers. So please help me get there. Also hit that like button and turn on those notifications so you never miss a video, and go ahead and follow the Twitter, first link in the description. So let's first start off with the highlights from today's practice. Again, a lot of highlights from Jahan Dotson, Sam Howell, he's number 14. Jahan Dotson's number 1. There's a highlight from Chris Paul, him and John Matsko. John Matsko coaching him up a little bit, and he's 75, and there's a couple other players there as well.
So Paul is holding the bag right now?
Chris Paul is blocking the clock.
They
I'm sure it's a conflict with him too. I think it's just
Okay, so those were the highlights from today's, rookie minicamp. A lot of Jahan Dotson things, Sam Howell as well. And yeah, so not many defensive players, just because, it's not flashy, and, they don't record too many of their things. And, it's the first day, so they're not doing that much either. So, in the next few days, if I'm not sure if the media is going to be there again, but if they are, maybe there'll be some more clips of the defensive player. But let's get into some things that Ron Rivera said during his press conference. So this is from John Kahn. Ron Rivera said they still want to add some more linebackers, want more vets. Said once again they like how Cole Holcomb progressed, and yes, they definitely, I don't care how good Cole Holcomb is this year, they need another linebacker. And last year they didn't play with 3 linebackers a lot of the time. Even 2 linebackers, they played a lot less than other teams did. And partly that's because of their scheme and their system, but a lot of that is because they just don't have great linebackers on the team. I like Cole Holcomb. We'll see what Jamin Davis can do this year, but they need another linebacker, and it doesn't matter if Cole Holcomb's playing middle linebacker. Well, you still need another linebacker. You still need another outside linebacker, and there are some good options out there. Not great options, but there are some options out there in free agency, whether it's an outside guy like a Will or someone in the middle. Some guys that come to mind. I talked about this yesterday in my video about some free agents I think Washington should sign, but I think Alexander Johnson would be a really solid option. Only knock would be, he's coming off an injury, and he's has played with the in the 3-4 system, so it might be a little bit of an adjustment for him. But I think it's easier to transition from a 3-4 to a 4-3. So I think it'll be transition from a 3-4 to a 4-3. So I think he'll be fine. And he had a pretty good year last year before he got hurt. I think it was like a 40% completion percentage allowed against him. He's a great tackler, good run stuffer. So, and yeah, he would be playing against a good defense, or behind a good defensive line. So he's a good option. Schobert is another solid option. You can get him for relatively cheap. Quan Alexander is another option. Like, he's got high potential, but he's just always injured. But he's a good cover linebacker, and maybe not, him not being a starter for us, if that's what, how Ron Rivera wants to do it, maybe that'll be better because he won't, be on the field, constantly getting some wear and tear on his body and getting injured. So that's another guy. I mean, there's, AJ Klein, who played for Carolina and the Buffalo Bills, I believe. He is another option. He's not as good as those other guys, in my opinion, but he's a solid linebacker. Like, he's a starter in this league. He's much better than David Mayo, and, he would be a serviceable starting middle linebacker. And, at this point, I'm okay with that. You have him in the middle, then Cole Holcomb and Jamin Davis as those outside linebackers. But right now, it's looking a little bit rough, and I think they should try to add a guy after rookie minicamp, unless Cole Holcomb, even if Cole Holcomb looks great. So let's see some other things. 4 Commanders draft picks signed their rookie deals today. Quarterback Sam Howell, tight end Cole Turner, offensive lineman Chris Paul, and cornerback Christian Holmes. So both 7th-round picks and both 5th-round picks got their contracts done pretty quickly. So that is good to, it's nothing major, but it's just good to get out of the way. And usually it's not really a big deal with these 7th round, 5th round guys. It's more of a big deal sometimes with the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd round guys. So, it's good to have 4 guys out of the way. They're late round picks. Now, let's try to get our, 4th round picks, 3rd round picks, and, stuff like that. But I think that should happen in the next few weeks. As long as it happens before training camp, it is all good. So that's that. Let's see. Rivera said tight end Cole Turner will wow a lot of guys during this minicamp. And I think you guys saw one of the clips. He made a really, really nice catch. And the thing with Cole Turner, I didn't watch any film, just highlights. He does not offer really anything, or at least at Nevada, did not offer anything after the catch. Every time he made the catch, it would either be like a possession catch, or he would be out of bounds, or he'd get tackled immediately. But his hands are amazing. I mean, he's able to make really, really contested catches, guys, hitting him right away. He still comes down with it. He's 6'7", so he's a big guy, and that helps. And he's a former receiver, but he has really, really good hands. And you guys saw his catch radius is pretty big. You saw that in that play right there, and he was able to get the both those feet down. So I really like Cole Turner. I think it was a solid pick because we really needed a pass catching tight end, and yes, you would like to have a guy that can block at a high level and be a good pass catcher as well. But John Bates, he's on the roster, 4th round pick from last year, he's a great blocker, pass blocker and run blocker. And, he's a solid pass catcher. And then Samus Reyes, if he makes a team, he's a good blocker, not a great pass catcher. So, we needed that guy that's kind of a pure pass catcher. And that's kind of Cole Turner, a hybrid between a tight end and a receiver, because he was a former receiver. So I like, Cole Turner. He's going to make this roster. The question is, how much of an impact will he have year one? We will see. And that really is just going to come down to, will Logan Thomas be ready for the start of the season? Because if he is, then Cole Turner might not have a huge impact. But if Logan Thomas is out for a few weeks, then Cole Turner could have a pretty big impact right away. And then Ron Rivera also talked about Cole Holcomb is going to get a shot at middle linebacker, and he thinks he can play middle linebacker. I think he's a little bit better suited for the outside, but I think he's fine at middle linebacker. Like, he can be solid for you at middle linebacker. I still think, though, you need to add another guy regardless of where Cole Holcomb plays, because they just have no depth. They have Cole Holcomb, Jamin Davis, David Mayo, and really that's it. Khaleke Hudson, who at this point, who knows what he can offer you, and he's kind of a tweener as well between safety and linebacker. So you need to add a guy, and I don't really see the need to wait, because you're going to add a linebacker. I guess they're just wondering how, I don't know. I would just add a linebacker right now, give them more time to learn the system, but they want to see what they have on the roster right now. But I think we all know they don't have great linebackers on the roster. Like, they have a couple that, Cole Holcomb is good, Jamin Davis can be good to great, but besides that, we have no one else, and we need to add more depth for sure at the very, very minimum. And, this is something that is a common theme. A lot of big guys for the Commanders. I mean, Cole Kelly, I believe is his name, 6'7" quarterback who had an amazing year last year. I think for Louisiana, I forgot Southern Louisiana. He had a great year. And then you got Hodges, tight end, I believe out of Arizona State. He is 6'8", and then Cole Turner is 6'7", so a lot of very, very tall guys. And we all know Carson Wentz like those big targets, and that 2 6'7" or taller guys right there for you. So definitely helping him out. And Hodges has Logan Paulson on Kimes podcast really talked Hodges up a bit, so maybe he could make the roster, as that last tight end. Maybe he could beat out Sammis Reyes. We will see. So that's kind of it for today. Nothing really major on, first day of rookie minicamp. Got to see the guys in the uniform, got to see them making some plays. Some of the contracts were done, which is good. And we got a few nice quotes from Ron Rivera talking about how they want, they want to add another linebacker. Cole Holcomb can play middle linebacker. And also talking about Cole Turner will wow a lot of guys during this minicamp. So thank you guys for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, please hit that like button, subscribe if you guys are new, and turn on those notifications so you never miss a video. Peace, guys.